Hi everyone and welcome to Craft Time. Today our theme is St. Patrick's Day, so get out all your craft supplies, your templates, and your paint, and let's get started. In front of me I have a lot of things, so let's take a look. Today I actually have a craft box made of wood, so it's a little chest, a chest of gold. I've got a little friend, a leprechaun template, and a smaller one as I haven't decided which one I'd like to use. I have a popsicle stick, some green sparkles, as well as I found these in my craft drawer. Now, if you don't have your gold tokens, remember, you can just make some as well. You're going to need napkins, paint, paintbrush, and I've got some filler here made of paper, as well as some pipe cleaner that I felt was very St. Patrick's Day themed. So now that we know what we need, let's go ahead and pull out your paint. Get on your apron, maybe get a towel for your fingers or something in case we make a mess. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take our paint and our paintbrush and we're going to start painting the outside of our chest. So let's go and just color the whole thing with your paint. Take your time. You do not need to go quickly. You just want to cover it. I'm going to try to not paint on top of my little handle here. I'm just going to go on in and paint the whole thing. Great job on the painting. It might take a few minutes for your paint to dry. But right now, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm going to paint the ledges. Because I want to work with the inside part and I don't want it to be wet. If you do want to paint inside, you can go ahead and do that and then pause the video and come back when we're done painting and when your paint has dried. Otherwise, just paint along with me, doing the ledges like this. I'm just taking my time. There's something super fun about painting and painting slowly. I wonder if you listen to music or if you like to paint when it's really quiet. Maybe you like to paint with your friends, or maybe you enjoy painting by yourself. That looks really lovely. So I'm going to leave that just like that. So now I'm going to move this to the side so it's out of the way. I'm going to make sure everything's secure. And I'm going to think about the inside. Now I'm going to use my apron to wipe off my hands as best I can. That's what aprons are for. I'm going to move this like this. Now inside, I have a bunch of things I want to fill up. I'm thinking first, I want to take my tissue paper and I want to see how much space I have. So I'm going to measure it as best I can with my eyes. I don't have to be fancy. And I'm just going to see if I can place it inside. And I'm going to play with my scissors and my napkin until it feels good. So that right there looks like a good measurement. And I'm going to press it in and just press it down. Now you could glue it in the bottom if you wanted to, but I might want to change it up later, so I'm just going to leave it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my funny paper and I'm just going to lay it inside, and I'm going to try and get it inside so that I can close my lid. I sort of want to lay it down like so. And I'm not going to put all of my paper in, but just enough so that there's like a grassy lining. I'm going to squish it if I have to, no big deal. I'm just going to press it down. And there's some popping up and others not. The next thing I'm going to do, when my paint fingers are dry, I'm going to move this out of the way and I'm going to grab my green marker. So making sure that my hands are not wet. They've got paint on them, but they're not wet. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to start coloring my leprechaun. And while we're doing this, we will give our paint enough time to dry. So let's go on in, paint all the parts of the leprechaun, and then check back as soon as we're done. I've gone ahead and I've cut out my little leprechaun friend. And now what I want to do is just attach him to my popsicle stick, like so. So let's go ahead and grab our glue and put a little bit of glue on the top end of the stick. I'm going to put quite a bit on just because I want it to be able to stay, just like that. Press it down, give it a good pat, and that is perfect. Now that my box is dry, my little chest, I'm going to take these, my little pipe cleaners. And at first I'm going to straighten them out, and then I'm just going to wrap them around. I might even take a marker and wrap them around my marker, like so. And I just want to create a little bit of a twirl, a little bit of a bounce. And I'm just going to do that for accent. You could also use your finger, like so. It just gives a little bit of a spring. Do you need to do it? No, you don't. If you wanted, you could take this and put this around if you had a hot glue gun and a grown-up to help around like that. But because I don't have one, I'm instead just going to put it inside, just so it's a little bit more fancy. I'm going to take it and twirl it and just put it in. There you go. The next thing I'm going to do is just place my really cool gold coins inside. And I can even take them and put them inside so that they hold them like that. I've got a little bit of gold. I'm going to twirl this around too. Just a little extra something. Now, this can stand just like that, but it's a bit too tall. So as carefully as I can, I'm just going to cut him like that. And when you look, you can see your little friend is standing inside of your leprechaun box, your treasure gold. He's just big enough that you can put him inside and shut it. Now before I'm done, I want to take my glue again, my glue stick, and I'm just going to cover the top that's dry. Even if it's a little bit wet, it'll still work. I want to cover it really nicely. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to make sure that I have my tray to catch anything. I also have another piece of gold. We don't want to lose that. And just very gently, I'm going to take my green sprinkles, my sparkles, and I'm going to place them all over the top of my golden chest. You can spread it around. And you can add as much or as little as you like. Just make sure that you have something to catch it underneath, because sprinkles go everywhere. And then I'm going to tap it off very, very gently, and it looks really cool. When I open it back up, I have my little leprechaun friend and my gold. We'll put this one back inside, hide our treasure, and now we have our very own treasure chest. Pretty neat. Thanks for making this really cute St. Patrick's Day craft with me. I know it's not St. Patrick's Day, but we can still craft together whenever we like. I hope you had fun. I can't wait to see your photos. I'll see you next time.